Oh, nice focus. It's gonna be one of those days, eh?
0 feet altitude, 10 feet distance, 3 miles per hour, 97% battery.
I had some trouble with this thing yesterday. Bad camera shaking. I'm kind of like a little wary. But I'm going to run a mission. The picture looks good. I put a new camera in. I had a really bad flight yesterday. And the picture was terrible. It was my fault because I didn't recalibrate anything. I just basically put the camera in and I adjusted the gimbal.
39 feet altitude, 30 feet distance, 6 miles
But every
per
time
hour,
you fly, you really
92% battery.
want to adjust everything, the compass, all that stuff. So I'm going to let it do this little mission around the Amazon place. I just tried to go to the church, but there were people there, and I don't like to draw any attention to myself. But this picture looks a lot better. I'm not seeing wobbling yet. Nice and clear. It looks sharp, but that can change during the flight. Yeah, my picture yesterday, I don't know, I think it just wasn't calibrated. It wasn't in sync. It was, what's the MUI, EMU, whatever the hell it is. So when I was trying to land it, I ran the mission fine. And then I put it in sport mode and it started to drift and it was going all over the fucking place.
299 feet altitude, 1,238 feet distance, 17 miles per hour, 87% battery.
I was flying from my house and I basically, trying to land. I'm landed in a sort of a tight spot. And the thing was going all over. It was going in circles and shit. So I put it back into GPS mode, and then I had to pretty much white knuckle land it in my backyard. It was going crazy. It wasn't pretty. This looks really good. I would have liked to go on out earlier. It's starting to freaking rain a little bit too. Focus looks good.
300 feet altitude, 2,789 feet distance,
See what happens when I look
20
down.
miles per hour, 82% battery.
Hey, I don't see any wobbling. Yeah, this is the camera that I basically rebuilt from scratch from parts. I bought a gimbal, separate lens. I bought all the pieces, the covers, the pieces for the the cover pieces that go on it. Screws. Instead of buying one complete camera, I basically just bought a bunch of parts and put it together. So yeah, but yesterday was a little scary. Trying to land it to get it into my backyard where I usually it's no trouble. Let's see, in obstacles. It's the rain.
.300 feet altitude, 3,390 feet distance, 19 miles per hour, 77% battery.
Looks good so far. Picture's pretty bright for this time of day. Can't really tell if my horizon is off. I think it's flying into a headwind. It's going a little slow. But I won't lose connection from here. Look down again, fast, see what happens.
(299 feet altitude, 3,747 feet distance, 15 miles per hour, 72% battery.
Much better results than yesterday. So I go to like a certain spot when I fly from my house because I have a really small area I can land in. I kind of like stage it across the street above the trees about 120 feet. Thinks there's an obstacle in the way. There we go. I turn the direction on the camera. That's weird. But it's kind of dark and it's raining a little bit. Now, what was I saying?
299 feet altitude, 4,029 feet distance, 15 miles per hour, 67% battery.
So I got it in a position where I was about to land it, and I was hovering over the trees, and then I start going forward, and the thing starts like going sideways. It was rocking back and forth, and you can see on the GPS map where I uploaded the flight data how it was like basically not really in control. And I think I had it in I was in sport mode, so I'm like, all right, well, let me try hit and return home first, and that seemed to do a little bit. It's got it to stabilize, but it didn't seem to be coming home. So I went back into GPS mode, and I was able to steer it, but it got low on battery. At the last second, when I finally got it into the property, my property, it started to climb again. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, you gotta be kidding.
4,764 feet distance, 15 miles per hour, 62% battery.
You got to remember that you can hit the home button to cancel the automatic return home. I wasn't thinking of that, so I was doing it on the screen. This isn't going fast enough.
Mission ended.
Gonna bring it back home. I don't want to get hung up over there.
(299 feet altitude, 4,567 feet distance, 22 miles per hour, 57% battery.
And put it back in. Put it in sport mode and see how this works. If it gives me any trouble. It's getting foggy up there. Gonna switch into first person view. First person. See, now I can't tell if the focus is out. I'm gonna take a wild shot and say it looks pretty blurry. Try that. It's so hard to tell on the small screen.
298 feet altitude, 3,443 feet distance, 29 miles per hour, 50% battery.
Well, it's definitely flying a lot better than it did yesterday. It's a little windy up there. Not too bad though.
298 feet altitude. 1,081 feet distance. 31 miles per hour. 40% battery.
Gonna zip over my head and see what gives. There he goes. Yeah, I bet you it was the fog that was causing that one right by me. Was causing. I was getting an obstacle warning and the thing was sitting put. I can feel a breeze right now.
.97 feet altitude. 1,362 feet distance. 37 miles per hour. 33% battery.
You can see the fog's rolling in. I can't see it from the ground, but I can definitely see it from here. I really can't tell how the focus is. Really pisses you off too when you think the focus looks good when you're flying, only to find out no, it's not good. Because it's an automatic focus, it changes itself. Especially if you're moving. In a day like today, there's no real horizon to focus on. It wants to go home now, so I'm going to bring it home.
297 feet altitude. 3,059 feet distance. 0 miles per hour. 28% battery.
Not a long flight, only 12 minutes so far. It's the wind, a little windy.
Warning, aircraft battery at 25%.
I might have to tilt that. The horizon looks a little bent to me. The battery I got in there today, when it gets under 30, it loses power a little quicker than the other one.
20%. 1,516 feet distance. 20 miles per hour. 19% battery.
Should probably give the sensors another tuning, but I'm happy with the gimbal. But I'm seeing the thing kind of rocking back and forth.
Warning, aircraft battery at 15%.
There he comes.
.278 feet altitude. 31 feet distance. Warning, aircraft battery at 12%. 6 miles per hour. 11% battery.
Just gotta adjust it. Perfect right there. I'm looking to see how if it's gonna land nice or slap down on the ground. That looks good. The ground is not level there, so it's not the camera. I also bought a sun hood for it, so I don't get that freaking glare on the sunny days. Well, that was okay. It was really a test flight. I would have rather done it at the cemetery because it's just
Aircraft battery at 7%.
it's safer to fly there. Anyways, D-Dub out.